Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Tony X Morning Show. I'm Tony T with you here every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, giving you live free picks from today's card. And on today's show, we'll have picks for you here from, we got 3 from college football, 11 games from the NBA. NBA Cup in action here. First for some of the teams here. We've already had action last week, but we've got some teams in action, 11-game card for today. College basketball loads it up here on Fridays and Sundays because they don't really like to go head-to-head with college football on Saturday this time of the year. So you're going to see some loaded cards here on Friday and Sundays here this time of the year. NHL up there as well. And guys, make sure you hit that like, that subscribe. We greatly appreciate it. Really helps to build up our audience when you do that. And so let's meet the cappers and get right to the picks. So we don't like to mess around here on the Tony's Picks Morning Show. Let's say hello to Chris. Chris, what's happening?
Not much. Glad to be back with you guys. I think I finally got my voice back a little bit. Had a good day yesterday, 2-0. Had the Raiders, got them at plus 9.5 early, and then had the Suns at the minus 2.5 there. So both those worked out for me. So pretty good day there, and I'm just ready to get to it.
Let's get to it indeed. I'll say hello, El Ninos. What's going on, El Ninos?
Yeah, doing pretty good. I mean, kind of disappointed by the Raiders. Felt like, it was a game they had a few chances, I felt like, to pull the upset off there. But, hey, we'll take the cover nonetheless and move on. NBA also went well there with the lone game on the board. It was on the Suns. They got the job done there with all the injuries on the other side. So, yeah, looking forward to keeping that momentum going.
Yeah, looks like a slow start there for the Clippers. Again here in LA for Sandro. What's going on, Sandro?
Nothing much. I avoided the football game last night. All of football, actually. 2-1 in hockey, 2-1 in college hoops. A lot of action today as well, so ready to get into it.
Yeah, let's get into it. I had just one premium yesterday. I should have went with that over that UTSA game. Had the Raiders covering the spread in that one. It just seems to me the Broncos, I didn't like those results against the Giants and the Jets. And here we go with another losing team that they just snoozed through, got past with their defense. I don't know if the Raiders' defense has improved that much, but we'll see how they cover these games. At least they were competitive. That's all you want when you play dogs. That's all you can ask for. So let's get underway here with the show. We'll start here with college football. We'll look at the 3 games on the board today. We've got leading off here Houston and UCF. Houston about a point on the road, total 47.5. Tulane and Memphis. Tulane pooped the bed last week. We thought this might have been a really good showdown for a playoff spot. Tulane now with 2 losses. Brendan Lewis is questionable here. He played through the ailment last week. We'll see if he goes at running quarterback here for Memphis. He's no stranger to injuries. If you followed his career in Nevada, he was out a lot here. Memphis laying 3.5, 4 here, total 54. Northwestern USC, the Trojans 14.5, 15's popping up now, total 51.5. We start here with Chris.
Yeah, looking at a couple here. I like. I'm going to take Houston on the road here. minus 1.5 is what I got them at. They're just doing a little bit better in conference, covering the spread. And then as far as Tulane, Memphis, I got to go. I know it's jumped up. I think it was minus 2.5 when I had it last night. But we'll take Memphis with a 3.5 at home to get it done against Tulane.
There we go with Chris. On over to Alnitos.
Yeah, I agree there. I think, Tulane obviously opened up as a much bigger dog now. I think the value's on Memphis right now here. I was looking for a way to – I like Memphis minus the 3 early when that line was huge, but I'll just take the -3 here with Memphis on the full game. And that Houston Central Florida game, I think we can get over the 47.5. And I like the over in that USC Northwestern game as well.
From El Ninos on over to Alessandro.
UCF Houston. I actually like UCF here. I think they get it done with the defense. Not in love with Taven Jackson, the quarterback, but I think he'll manage the game. UCF has a top 10 defense against the pass. We know that's what Houston wants to do here with Weigman. I just think on the road, tough spot. It's a tricky line. I'll take the plus 1.5 or money line with UCF, whatever you guys prefer. Northwestern USC have absolutely zero interest in betting this game. Minus 14.5 is no thank you. But the Tulane Memphis, I'm on Memphis. I like it. I got it at -4. It is dropped down to 3.5 or 3 and a hook. I just think Memphis is the better team, especially offensively. At least they have a quarterback here. And this kid that's
Brendan Lewis.
Yeah, Brendan Lewis. I was going to say something else. He's at least efficient through the air, a little bit of a mobile runner as well. But this kid Retzlaff for Tulane, he's a mobile runner, just not the greatest through the air. I think Memphis stops it, or stops the quarterback run, forces him to beat him through the air. Take Memphis here -4.
There we go. From Alessandro, tell you what I think about these games here. I'm behind Houston's defense. I'll take him in this spot against UCF. UCF has lost 4 of 5. They have a home defeat to Kansas. Cougars have a notable road win at Arizona State. They've covered 3 of 4. Again, giving up 16.5 points per game on the road. And UCF in their Big 12 games have really struggled at the quarterback position. I'll look at Houston there. I'll go ahead and lay it here with USC. I just think the speed might be too much for them. And USC is getting better quarterback play really at home here in this spot. Northwestern, just 15 points per game on the road, getting poor quarterback play in the road games. Trojan Conference putting up 38 points per game at home. We saw that what they put up against Michigan, 6.8 yards per carry on the ground. Plus, Michigan has more speed than Northwestern does. So I like the USC to run it out there. Tulane, Memphis, I like the over in this game. We know we've talked about Lewis with his injury history at Nevada. He's a mobile quarterback with accuracy, which we don't see very often, but he does it well. I just think that second loss by Tulane, I don't know how they'll come into this game because, they were looking at this could have been the playoff bowl game here, right? The winner getting in the playoff, and losing last week was a big choke job here by Tulane, and giving up 48 points at UTSA last week. I don't like that. Memphis at home in conference putting up 40 points a game, getting great quarterback work. Tigers have gone over in 4 of 6. I'll go over 53.5 in this one. All right, let's continue here on the Tony X Morning Show. Someone asked me about Edwards. Well, no opinion on that game. Sorry. I haven't looked at it. All right, let's continue here on the Tony X Morning Show. Knocking off this big card here for college football tomorrow. That's been my big focus here. Let's continue here on the Tony X Morning Show. We'll go on over to the NBA. This is the NBA Cup. 11 games here on the schedules. No back-to-backs. Everybody will come in with rest here in this spot. We just had one game yesterday. We'll do 4, 4, and 3 blocks here in the NBA today. Start with Cavs and Wizards. It is the Cavs 13.5 on the road, total 240.5. In this one, we've got Ball, Strus, and Wade here out for Cleveland. Hunter is Pablo Coulibaly out for Washington. Celtics and Magic. Magic 3.5, total 226.5. We know Tatum and Tillman out here for Boston. Morris Wagner continues to be out here for Orlando. We go Toronto and Atlanta. It's Atlanta 2.5, total 236 now, moving up. Toronto, a clean injury report. Dursic and Trae Young. We know Trae Young's going to be gone out for several weeks here with that sprained ankle. He's out. And then we'll end the block here with Pistons and Nets. It's the Pistons 10.5 on the road, total 226.5. Tobias Harris, Ivy Sasser out for Detroit. LeVert questionable. It's Highsmith, Pam. Cam Thomas out for Brooklyn, their scorer. And man here, Pablo. We start here with Chris.
Yeah, first one I'm looking at here, Toronto, Atlanta, with these cup games, points, of course, they're going to run up the total there because those are important, I guess, for the end of it if there's a tiebreaker, things of that nature. So give me the over there and also a lean to Toronto money line to come into Atlanta and get it done tonight. Also, I like Detroit with the big number there. They're 8-2 in the last 10 against Brooklyn. I think they come in here and take care of business tonight and cover that big number there. And let's see, Cleveland, Washington. I'd lean Cleveland there, but that's just a little bit too high for me to back with them. But I think they do win there. But 13.5 is just a little bit of a stay away for me against the Cavs right now.
There we go here from Chris on over to Linos.
Yeah, as we mentioned yesterday, the dog videos are back, and I almost had 2 in the NBA today. I wanted to do a dog video with these big dogs and then the puppy video with the smaller ones. So, yeah, I like a lot of dogs today. I like the points with the Wizards. Again, Cavs obviously the much better team, but I just think 13.5 is a few too many there. I like the Celtics here, just the Magic off to a very disappointing start this season. And Celtics actually been better than I expected them to be here with Jaylen Brown running the show there. Raptors, a big line move on this one, which, again, I have to disagree with. But again, just wait till closer to tip-off because this line just keeps on moving. So money, I guess, just keeps on pouring on these Hawks. I guess people liked what they saw in their last game there. But I like the Raptors here, so just wait on this. You can take the points and the money line. Yeah, I like the Raptors to get the job done and win this one. Pistons, Nets, again, I can see the Pistons blowing the Nets out, but again, a few too many points for me. I'm not laying 10 points here. And is that where we stopped?
Yeah, we stopped in the Nets, the first 4. Yeah, we stopped there. Yeah, I'm interested to see if Atlanta plays well without Trae Young. If the rumors come out they want to move him, that'd be something there. On over to Alessandro.
Yeah, I actually have a premium in that Raptors Hawks game, so go scoop that up. But the rest of this here, Cleveland, Washington, I don't know. I'm kind of in agreement with Nino's 13.5 does feel like a lot, but I don't know. I just saw Cleveland cover the other night an 11-point spread. It wouldn't surprise me to see them do it here. I think you would need DeAndre Hunter, who I'm seeing is probable to play tonight. That one I'm probably staying away from. It's just not a lot of action I have on the site. First off, NBA, only one game I like, really. But this Detroit-Brooklyn game, I can only look Detroit's way. I know, they're kind of banged up as well. No Tobias Harris. Karis LeVert's questionable. If we get LeVert playing, I like Detroit. I know it's 10.5, but no Cam Thomas. I don't know who's going to score for Brooklyn. I know Terrence Mann is probable, but that's it. Terrence Mann versus, Detroit. I'll take Detroit in that situation. And the Houston-San Antonio game's next slot, right?
That's next slot.
Yeah, that's all I got then.
There from Alessandro. Tell you what I think about these games. Yeah, I'm going to look at Celtics in this one. I just don't trust Orlando's shooting here. I know Celtics have their issue here shooting the basketball, but Orlando hitting just 28% from 3. The Magic has failed to cover all 3 at home right now, so I'll take Boston in that spot here in that one. That's a big line to lay with Cleveland here, but I can only look at that, especially in an NBA Cups game. I can only look at that side. Detroit and Brooklyn. Brooklyn won by accident, so they had to sit Cam Thomas. We can't have that happen. We can't be winning games. It's just not going to happen. I go under in this one, as Alessandro said. How are they going to score? I look for Detroit's defense here. Has been really coming on here on the road, allowing teams 42% shooting. Brooklyn is only hitting 30% from 3. Thomas' injury will definitely impact the scoring for the Nets. We'll look for the under in that one with Detroit and Brooklyn there. And Toronto, Atlanta, just always look at the over when these two teams go head-to-head. I mean, I don't think you're going to get much defense. Atlanta at home give 122 points a game, but they're hitting 49%. Toronto on the road hitting 50%, but giving up 49% shooting. And Atlanta is a team that plays at a fast pace, and Toronto at home is playing at a fast pace as well. So I look for a fast pace, look for the over in that one. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Morning Show. Second block of 4 games will feature Rockets and Spurs. Rockets 3.5, total 223.5. We've got Mavericks and Grizzlies. The Grizzlies 4.5, total 231.5. Jazz and T-Wolves. It is Minnesota 11.5. I'm seeing 12s popping up as well, total 4.5. We end the block with Charlotte and Miami. The Heat favored 4.5 and 5, total of 241.5. Let's take a look at the injuries in some of these games here. What do we have here in this next block? Houston and San Antonio. It's Finney-Smith and Van Fleet. We know Van Fleet's out. These guys are not listed out for the year. That's why they're still showing up on the injury report. Adams, they're questionable. On the Spurs side, we still have Fox, Harper, Cornette out. Sokan and Olenek questionable for San Antonio. Charlotte and Miami. Green, Miller, Williams out. Ball is questionable there for Charlotte. Sexton here is probable. On the Miami side, oh boy, Adebayo, who's been really playing well in this new offensive style here for Miami, he's out. Hero and Rozier out as well. And then looking at the Jazz and T-Wolves, we got Niang out. Of course, Kessler out for the year. He's not going to show up on the injury report anymore. Had shoulder surgery. Kessler out for the year for Utah. Edwards and Shannon here are questionable. We start here with Chris.
Okay. Looking at this Utah-Minnesota one, as much as I love my Timberwolves, I'm going to take Utah here with 11.5. I mean, that's just, I think, too much for the Minnesota to do there. Utah's been kind of scrappy here and covering some stuff. So we'll take them in this. And then let's see. In Houston, San Antonio. Give me Houston on the road there against San Antonio to cover. I like that one. And probably leaning away from that Charlotte-Miami one. That's just ugly with all the injuries and everything there. Given a choice, I'd probably take Miami at home, but probably leave it alone since there is such a laundry list there. And then Memphis-Dallas, I don't know who's going to score. I mean, Memphis, especially with Ja Morant, the way he's been lately, he doesn't seem to act like he wants to really play or anything or whatever. I think he wants out of Memphis, but give me the under 231.5. I don't know who's gonna even put anything up there. I know it's an NBA Cup thing. I know it matters, but I still think we see under that total.
There we go here from Chris. We move right on over to Alanitos.
Yeah, I really like the Rockets on the opening line now, laying 3.5 there. Still leaning Rockets, but again, don't like it quite as much as at -1.5 or -2 it opened at. They still should get the job done. And I know I said I liked a lot of dogs. I understand if you're on the Spurs, they've been pretty impressive too. So yeah, but again, just think this matchup is going to be a tough one, especially the form the Rockets are coming into as well. You got to take that into consideration. They're playing some great basketball right now. Grizz Mavs, one I don't feel too strongly about. Might lean towards the Grizz, but again, not rushing to lay more than one possession right now with them. But again, I think they do. If I had to pick a side, I'd probably be on the Grizzlies there. Jazz, I think, again, one of those big dogs you can back. The T-Wolves. You got a big question mark there with Anthony Edwards, right? And even if they do get off to a big lead there, you got to figure they're going to rest him early if they can, and which leaves the back door wide open there for Utah. So I'll take the points with the Jazz in that one. And Heat Hornets, yeah, don't think I'm getting quite enough points with the Hornets here, so I'm leaning Heat. Not one of my stronger plays, but I'm on the Heat in that one.
From Alanitos on over to Alessandro.
I'll start with that Rockets game. I like the Rockets as well. I would like Steven Adams to play. I see he's questionable. That's just another body there that can check Wembanyama. I don't know, use all 5 of your fouls there, Steve Adams, and, try to get Wemby in foul trouble as well. I like the -3.5 with Houston there. I'm actually looking Charlotte's way. This is going to be predicated off LaMelo Ball and Colin Sexton playing. I do see Sexton's probable. LaMelo Ball still questionable. I just think, with no Bam Adebayo, I like this Kyle Ware from the Heat, Don't get me wrong, but I think there's enough on the Charlotte side to keep this close. +4.5 I would take. You might want to get on that now because if LaMelo Ball is playing, that line might move actually, so do what you want with that, but I do need LaMelo Ball in there. And the Utah game, I'm with everybody here. Utah plus the 11.5. Yep, just feels like too much. Even with Ant Edwards playing, too much on the Jazz side. The only thing that worries me here is Kevin Love's getting 15 minutes. That's a worry for me. Get that guy on the very, very farthest end of the bench and let him watch and be a cheerleader because he shouldn't be out on the court.
Here we go there. Wow, that's the thing. They lost a big. They lost a big for the year.
They need him. That's the only thing that worries me is they need minutes from Kevin Love because they don't have anybody else.
Yeah, they lost their big.
When you lose Walker Kessler.
Yeah, that was a big hit for the Jazz there. No doubt. All right, I'm gonna go over here in Houston and San Antonio. Houston's they are number 1 in offensive efficiency on the road, 123 points per 100 possessions. San Antonio at home, 116 points per 100 possessions. And looking at this Rockets team here, 51% shooting, 44% from 3. Spurs shooting the ball well at home. Rockets 4-0 the over on the road. I'll look at the over in that game. I'm going to go ahead and take the Heat in this one. To me, it's the system they're playing. I think they brought that coach from Memphis over to Miami to play the Memphis style. And I think in the Memphis style there, you can plug and play because look how injured Memphis was, and they're still able to get production with that style of play they're running right now in Miami. They're playing a very fast pace. So I'll go ahead and lay it here. Again, Miller and if Ball can't go, who's going to score for Charlotte, right? I think Miami can plug and play in this one here, replacing Adebayo only because of the system that they're playing right now in Miami. There, I'm going to look for what game do we have here? Jazz T-Wolves. I'm going to look under in this one. The Jazz are just a terrible offensive team on the road. Are averaging just 102 points per 100 possessions. Jazz struggling to score here on the road. I'll look at the under in that one here. Looking here at Utah, they played a very slow pace on the road. They're 5-0 to the under on the road this year already. So give me the under there. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Morning Show. We'll close out the NBA with these final 3 games. Bulls and Bucks. It is the Bucks 4, total 239.5. Thunder and Kings, OKC 11. There's 10.5s out there as well. Total 233. Warriors and Nuggets. Look at this. The Nuggets 10, total 228.5. We'll look at the injuries here on these final three on the board here as we look here at which one do we cover here? We're going to cover here Bulls and Bucks, right? So in the Bulls-Bucks game, we have Collins and White out, Dosunmu questionable. On the Milwaukee side, Porter out, Prince questionable. Utah, and looking at Warriors in Denver, no Curry, no Melton. Butler is questionable. Green is probable. On the Nuggets side, just Najee probable there for the Nuggets. Nuggets pretty clean on the report today. OKC and Sacramento. Topic, Wiggins, Kenneth Williams, the good Jalen Williams are out. Dort questionable. On the Sacramento side, Murray out, Sabonis questionable. We start here with Chris.
Yeah, looking at this OKC Sacramento, I like over 233.5. I think we see some back and forth here. And then also, SGA is going to live at the free throw line here. He's going to probably wrap up DeRozan and Levine and try to get as many free throws as he can. I think he's averaging about 10 per game so far this season. So he just lives there. But anyway, give me the over there. And then give me the Warriors with the plus 10.5. They've played the Nuggets pretty well. Their last 10, they're 6-4 against the spread there. So they always play them pretty close there. So I'll take the points with the Warriors in that one.
There we go here from Chris. We move on over to El Ninos.
Yeah, I like the Bulls here. Should be a fun matchup. They've been playing some very impressive basketball. Definitely the most impressive team to me so far this season. And the Bucks, we've seen them a little more up and down. They have Giannis, but I think the Bulls can keep this one close, if not pull the upset off, actually. So I'll take the points with the Bulls. I like the Jazz as well. We already went through the Jazz. I'm on the Kings here. I just think OKC laying a few too many points in that one. That big question mark with Sabonis. I will wait for that because I think he's worth a couple points that we might see drop. And if he ends up sitting this one out, I'll take as many extra points or half points I can get here. So, but either way, I'll be on the Kings, just waiting for that injury confirmation there. And Warriors, Nuggets, probably the one I'm staying off of here. But again, if I had to make a pick, I'd probably take the points with the Warriors again. No Curry. Another question mark there for Jimmy Butler. I'd obviously rather he's on the court there if I'm getting the points with the Warriors, but just not in a rush to lay 10 points anytime soon. So leaning Warriors there.
Yeah, from El Ninos. I guess $1 million isn't enough. Isn't enough for these vets that are maxed, that are hitting their max contracts. Move on over to Alessandro.
Which one? The Golden State game. I actually kind of want the Nuggets there. Nuggets got it done the other night against the Heat. Similar spread. Just too many question marks on the injury report. I'm not scared to lay it with Denver at home here. I like this deep team. Cam Johnson acquisition, Tim Hardaway acquisition. I'll just keep pounding the desk talking about those two. I think those are two big pieces for this Nuggets squad. I'll lay the 10.5 or I'll pass. I do like the Kings as well with Ninos here. Sabonis, we probably do need him here. But I like, Schroeder. Westbrook, he's a little over the hill. But, he was saying the other day, one of the best guards as far as rebounding the basketball. I can't deny that, can't deny Russell Westbrook of that statement there. I think he still has a little bit left in the tank. Levine, DeRozan, there's enough pieces on the Kings at home here. I could take the plus 10. So I'm with Ninos on that. I like it. And then what was the last game? I'm sorry. I have these games all mixed up.
Warriors, Nuggets, Thunder, Kings up. But Bulls, Bucks.
The Bulls, Bucks. That's right. I don't know. Bulls have been playing great out the gate. I'm on the Bucks, though. I think they're a little deeper. Eventually, the Bulls are going to have to come back down to earth here, and they're missing these two key pieces. Yes, I know they've played well without them, but eventually they're going to miss them, and I think this is a spot where they will. I like the Giannis over 30 points. I saw somebody put that in the chat, so I'll go with the Bucks here, minus 4.5.
Yeah, from Alessandro. Tell you what I think about these games. I like the Bucks as well in this game. They've covered 3 or 4 at home. Chicago's only played 2 road games, so their numbers are a little bit skewed here. So they're 1-1 on the road, by the way. Here only averaging about 108.5 points per 100 possessions, but Milwaukee at home put up 124 points per 100 possessions, a plus 7.5 net rating. They're shooting very well at home, 53%, 42% from 3, holding teams at 46% overall. Good 3-point defense. This is only the 3rd road game for Chicago, so I know everybody's hyping up on the Bulls, but again, they haven't played a whole lot on the road. So I will take Milwaukee there in that spot. I like the over in the Nuggets and the Warriors. The Warriors defense has not been very good here on the road. They're giving up here 50% shooting, 38% from three. They're 4-1 to the over on the road this year. Denver here averaging 121 points per 100 possessions here on their home court, hitting 50%, put up 127 a game. I like the over in that game. And I'll take the Kings plus the points here. Sacramento's 1-2 of 3 at home. Thunder, they do have a losing spread record on the road. Kings are shooting the three really well at home, 44%. So I'll take the 11 in that one. All right, let's continue here on the Tony This Morning Show. As I told you, we had a boatload of games scheduled from college basketball. What we do this time of the year, we just ask the Cappers to give us what they got. We'll start to get into the blocks when we get into conference set season back in January. So we'll just give us what you got, college hoops. We start with Chris.
Yeah, looking at the SEC, we're going to head over to that Kentucky game there. From what I've got, 32.5, 33.5 here. I'm going to lay it with, however you say this name, I don't even know.
Valparaiso?
Yeah, there you go. I'm terrible at screwing everybody's names up. But, yeah, give me that with them. I mean, Kentucky just had to cover a 31.5-point spread against Nicholls State the other day. They didn't do it. I don't think they get it done here. I think they still win, but I just don't trust them with big numbers at this point right now. Another one I'm looking at, my Rebels versus ULM. Give me the over there. I have it over 152.5. I think we see some up and down in that matchup there. And then Southeast Missouri versus Missouri. I got it 23.5 for Missouri. I'm going to take them to cover against Southeast Missouri. That's what I got.
Here we go from Chris. We went over to El Ninos.
Yeah, again, still doing my homework here and waiting for more data and bigger sample size from college basketball. But a few leans here. I'll go with Hofstra. I'll lean on Kansas there against North Carolina. We'll also take VMI, laying a couple points there, as well as I'll go with Utah State as well over Virginia Commonwealth. But yeah, again, just be careful with these. Just small leans for me, and don't want to put too much on your bankroll on these bets yet.
There you go from El Ninos. Move on over to Alessandro.
Yeah, same sentiment. Tread lightly. I mean, it's still early in the year. I'll start placing big bets once conference play comes around. But here, just what I'm thinking on these games. I do have the premium in the Kansas and North Carolina game. But the Valparaiso, Kentucky game, I like what Chris was thinking with Valparaiso as well, covering that. I like Arkansas State, SF Austin over 153.5. I think both those teams want to get up and down and run. So I like the over 153 there. Let me see. The Hofstra-Iona game, I was on Hofstra as well with Ninos. The Siena-Brown game, I was looking at Brown there. I know they haven't played a game yet at home opening up the season. I think they can take care of Siena. That's a pick-em price. There's a couple more. The VMI, Southern Indiana. I'm on VMI as well with Ninos. Just a fade of Southern Indiana. They just got whooped up by Butler. Yeah, you could say bounce back spot at home, but I just think VMI's got a little bit more. And that might be it. Yeah, not a lot today. I do have that premium, like I said, North Carolina, Kansas.
Yeah, from Alessandro, I have one here I'm looking at. I'm going to take Navy here plus the points against Yale. Yale is going to make their first start of the season. But Navy against Presbyterian shot the ball very well, 40% from three, limited the Presbyterian to 14% from beyond the arc. And one thing about Navy, a lot of D1 experience here, sitting here, 30th in D1 experience, third and number one in minutes continuity. So pretty much everybody back for Navy here. Looking at the Ken Palm this year, they have a very experienced team as this Navy team. I'm actually getting a better line here from the opener, so I'll go ahead and take Navy here at that plus the points. All right, let's continue
Real quick. One I missed here is Buffalo -4 now. This thing opened up at 7. It's dropped 3 points in our direction. I'll take Buffalo -4 here against Wisconsin, Green Bay. The Gottliebs. We'll fade them.
Gottliebs and his radio show. He still does his 2-hour radio show.
They're taking some action, man, from +7 all the way down to +4.
The oldest player in college basketball plays for Green Bay. Guess how old he is?
29, right? He's like 30.
Yeah, 29 years old. There you go, Alessandro.
Yeah, I saw that.
Very sharp there to know that. That's I'm pretty impressed with that. There.
Yep.
There you go. Let me, Alessandro. All right, let's continue here on the Tony X Morning Show. Hockey on the board as well today. Looks like we've got a Friday card of about 5 games, so we'll just see what we got here. You got anything here? El Nino's here on the NHL card today.
Yeah, I do. I actually almost wanted to throw some NHL picks on those dog videos as well. Think the Rangers not getting much plus money with them, but got off to a slow start their season. But I think I'm on the Rangers here in this one. I still think they got the talent here to get the job done. Still think they're the better side on paper. Yeah, the Red Wings off to a great start, but I think just playing a little bit above their pay grade there. I think this is going to be a tough matchup for them. So I'll take the Rangers there, around even money. Also like the Blackhawks there over the Flames. The Flames coming off. Sorry, double checking this. Just pretty disappointing start so far this season. On the other side, the Blackhawks. Just think that's where the value is here. Yeah, so I'm on the Blackhawks money line, and my strongest play on this card is the Jets on my good old -1. Again, you could take the regulation if you don't like pushes. I like my -1 better here personally. And again, if you want a shot at some plus money, I wouldn't talk you off the -1.5. I think they should win this one pretty comfortably here over the Sharks.
There we go. From El Nino, let's move on over to Alessandro.
A lot of what Nino said. I'm on the Rangers as well. I'll give that out as a freemium. I'll put that up on the site. Rangers are 8-1-1 last 10 games against the Red Wings, 3-0 as well head-to-head last 3. First meeting this year on the road. I still think they could get it done. Same sentiment. I just think they're a little bit deeper. Panarin has to get going, though. He can't. The fact that the defenseman is leading the Rangers in points scored that's a red flag to me. They need to start getting it going offensively. I think they do here. Wild Islanders, I'm actually looking at an under 6.5 in this game. Wild on a back-to-back. I don't really like that. Sore legs here. Almost got it done last night. I almost want to go to them here at the plus price, but I feel like I'm not getting enough, and I just think the offense will be limited in this one. I'll take the under 6.5, Wild and Islanders. And yes, I was looking at the dog there with Ninos as well with the Blackhawks. I don't know. I stepped in front of the Flames the other night, though, against the Blue Jackets. That one was ugly. Flames are about to turn it around probably. Terrible start to the year. They might get on a little heater, so I'm treading lightly with that one. And then, I think the Jets puck line is the play in that one. Sharks were a profitable team to bet on the puck line last year. We'll see if that trend continues this year. I just think the Jets are too much. I'd go -1.5 with the Jets.
Yeah, from Alessandro. I've talked about minutes continuity on the Ken Palm, just some notable teams with the highest continuity. That means minutes played together on the court. You have Navy number 1, Miami O number 2, Northern Iowa number 3. They came off an impressive win against Northridge yesterday. There, Loyola Maryland and Siena. But some of the notable teams here, the big conference teams with the highest minutes continuity, that's minutes together on the court, would be Iowa State, Marquette, San Diego State, Ohio State, and UConn. They're your top teams here with minutes continuity. All right, let's continue here on the Tony X Morning Show as we continue on. Looks like we got through the sports today, right? So now it's time for our parlay purple segment where our cappers give out a parlay, team player prop, game of the future. They will make the call there. So we got to start here with Chris.
We'll go 1 in the NBA Cup. We'll take Toronto money line there. And then a couple goal scorers today. It's going to be the Connor little parlay here. We'll go Connor Bedard with the Blackhawks to get us a goal. And we'll go Kyle Connor with the Jets to get us a goal.
There we go here with Chris. We move on over to El Ninos.
I'll go with the Hurricane. The Jets -1. I'll take the Celtics, and I'll go with the Bulls.
There we go with El Ninos. We go on over to Alessandro.
I'll give you a 2-teamer here. Arkansas State, Stephen F. Austin, over 153.5. And then we'll take the Rangers in hockey -110.
There we go with Alessandro. I'm going to give you a college football like I do. I've already done all my deep dives here for all the Saturday games. Give me Clemson here to get it done against Florida State. Just the better quarterback here against FSU in this spot. You know, I'm not a big – Alessandro and I are not a big fan of the quarterback at FSU, right?
No, not at all. He did burn us last week.
Yeah, he did.
That was a trap line of all trap lines. You getting plus 10 with Wake Forest, but whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that I like Clemson in that spot tomorrow here against FSU. All right, we got you through that one here. Now it's time to see what our cappers have for sale over at Tony's Picks. Shout out to Kelly. Hope you are doing well in your. Hope you whittled down that survivor pool you're in after last week.
She was good. Either one we gave her. Chargers got it done. Rams got it done. So, yeah,
they got it done. There. All right. Now it's time to see what our cappers have for sale over at Tony's Picks. Head into a big weekend of action. All this overlap from college basketball, NBA, hockey, NFL, college football. This is when you really want to get your long-term subscriptions. We'll see what Chris has for sale over at Tony's Picks here for today's card.
Yeah, I got you a 3-pack in NBA best bet 2 premiums in the cup tonight. It's all put out there. I didn't dabble into college football or college basketball today. I will have some college football tomorrow. As well as more NBA, NFL for Sunday. So I will be getting involved in that. So yeah, you guys like the 3-day pass on a Friday, hop on there. I cover several different things. I'm treading lightly with basketball right now for college, but I am deep here in college football and NFL. So hop on something there with me. 2-for-1 capper. You guys see who's on the leaderboard, pair them up, let them go to work for you. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout, save you the 15%, and let's just try to keep doing well.
Absolutely. Let's see. Get on board with Chris over at Tony's Picks. Let's see what Al Ninos has got rolling over at Tony's Picks here for today's card. Al Ninos putting great work in the NFL. What you got, Al?
Yeah, no NFL today, and actually I don't even have a premium up yet. I really love this card though, and I've been real selective, so I'm just trying to narrow it down to my favorite plays. You have at least one up very shortly, but yeah, just to try not to blast too much right now, but really in love with this card today, so trying to be more selective though, and I'll get there with my should have at least a 3-pack there, probably a 3-pack in the NBA, maybe a player 2 in hockey as well.
Very good. There you go, boy. Down Ninos over at Tony's Picks. Remember that weekend pass? All the football is covered on that weekend pass, so get on board. Let's see what Alessandro has for sale over at Tony's Picks. Alessandro as well, doing great work there in NFL. See what he's got for going on today. Alessandro, what you got for sale?
So I got 2 college football games. The only one I didn't get in premium-wise is that USC game. I'm staying away from it. And then I have the UNC Kansas game. I have that Rangers hockey game, which I gave out. And there's one more, the NBA Cup. I have a best bet in that as well. So basically almost every sport's been touched today. 5 bets. Go hop on them. And as far as college football for tomorrow, we're loaded up almost 10, 12 plays. But, yes, NFL treading lightly. Very bad week NFL-wise last week. Have been good recently, though, so trying to bounce that back. And, yeah, just being selective there with the NFL. We'll find the best of the number, hopefully, and put some in. But, yeah, looking to make some money this weekend. Wasn't the greatest weekend last weekend, but we bounced back here. And just look at the NFL record. It's in the green, so trying to keep that going. And use that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Sign up. Use both of us here, Tony and I, or Chris and I, Ninos, etc., rest of the crew here, and use the Tony T discount code to get that 15% off.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Alessandro over at Tony's Picks. Link in the description. Get on over and get signed up. All right, I have a best bet on the board for you as well, so get on board with me over at Tony's Picks. Hit that like, that subscribe as well. We really appreciate it. I forgot to ask Alessandro this question. We've been seeing this guy on YouTube for years. I don't know if you know where I'm going with this, but Florida has a freshman that's 7'9". He made his debut yesterday. Tell us, you keep an eye on Florida. You captured him from Canada. We've seen him on YouTube all those years. So what do you think?
Well, I don't know. He's only growing. He's only growing more. He's probably going to be 8 foot eventually. He's 7'9" or 7'10". I mean, the guy doesn't have to jump but an inch to dunk the ball here. Not even jump, just raise his arms up. We'll see how that goes, against the upper echelon of the college basketball here. But, yeah, against a North Florida, yeah, we can throw him in there. That one got out of hand quick. Yeah, I thought 41 might have been too much. I know what they did recently last year. They've lost a lot of pieces off this championship team. But those bigs, they can still run them, get up and down the floor. It's interesting to see how they look against better competition. Obviously, we saw what they did against Arizona. Wasn't that great. I'm treading lightly with those Gators.
Trading lightly with those Gators there here from Alessandro, but it's just interesting to note they do have that 7'9" guy finally made it in college basketball.
Oliver Rowe is his name.
Yeah, Oliver Rowe from Canada. You know, we've seen a lot of his videos on YouTube, and it's just like, wow. I remember that back when he was in high. Yeah, I saw it back for several years now. It's been something there. Guys, check us out on YouTube. If you happen to miss any of our live shows, our YouTube channel is full with a lot of great content. We have our live shows here on the morning show. You could watch the replay. You could also watch the happy hour, 5 p.m. Eastern time with Rod. Will be here day after his birthday. We'll see how he looks. We'll have him here on the show there. The late show, Night Moves, about 2:30 a.m. Eastern time with Ramon and DeAndre. That show is archived, so you can always watch it. Those of you folks in the East Coast, wake up in the morning, you got a show to watch. Watch the replay here of Night Moves, a complete rundown on all the card with DeAndre and Ramon. That's also clipped in video format, individual videos for you as well. Lots of great content on the channel. Of course, Chris, your props video up there as well.
Yeah, I'll get you guys one tonight. Last night sounded terrible, like I was gargling marbles there. I'm working on some home remedies here. I got some people trying to get my voice back. I don't really talk that much, so I don't know how I lost it. I don't ever have too much to say, but yeah, you guys will have a prop video back there. The NBA's been tricky. I'm trying to find you guys plus money, and you really got to go on a long shot with a lot of these guys, and it's just wild. So you'll get some NHL goal scorers, and then you'll get your touchdowns for NFL. But I will have you guys a video tonight. Should be sounding better here directly. So anyway, you'll get that series out there. I think we did pretty well with the last NHL one, and then I've been putting some stuff in the happy hour and here as well, just some goal scores and stuff. So we'll get you guys a video. I'll be back on that here directly.
Very good. And of course, Nino's your dog video a day as well up on the channel.
Yeah, that's back. If you want to check it out, got 3 plays in the NBA there. 3 live dogs. If you want to take shots on money line as well, though we took the points in the video. And also the -1s are back. Ooh, just gave it away. But the shorts are back. So go check those out. I almost went with a dog actually yesterday. So but I ended up on the -1 there with a short. But I'll be mixing it up with hockey here. Might throw a random dog in there to throw everyone off, just to make sure you're tuning in.
That's right. Check out the YouTube channel. A lot of great content as well. Of course, Alessandro got you on the mornings. We see you popping in some of the other shows as well.
Yes, I'm trying to get these UFC picks in. We're just working some things through here. We'll get that out this weekend. I will give you guys a little parlay here. The Bonfim parlay, 2-team it. Bonfim brothers. We'll take -180. We'll take -200. 2-team it. Like that this weekend in the UFC. Plenty of dogs are barking. A lot of people were talking about Jamal Emmers. Yes, I'm on Jamal Emmers. I'll probably have that one up on the site. That's freemium. But the one I think here is bait is Miles Johns. Yes, I want to back Miles Johns heavily here, but I just can't get there. I think this Marcos guy is going to keep the range, keep the distance controlled, not allow Johns to get in and grab these takedowns. That's the only way Johns wins this fight. I'm treading lightly there. I wanted the +150. It looks juicy, but yeah, I'll stay away there. But yes, there will be dogs, and I'll have some UFC video, a UFC video parlay-wise. Trying to get that out today. But yeah.
There you go. So check out Night Moves. Looks like DeAndre and Ramon already got their plans. Let's break down that big college football card tonight. So check it out, guys. Lots of great content on the Tony's YouTube channel. Check it out. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. We greatly appreciate that. All right. Any closing thoughts from anyone before we close it out?
Just make it a winning day, guys.
Gonna make it a winning one. We're gonna wake up. Bye, guys. Make it a winning one. We're back here tomorrow here on the Tony This Morning Show.